Have you ever wondered why the mutants don't wear the same belt as the titans? Stay tuned and we will find out. The Titan era games are still controversial to this day. The redesign of Crash and other characters, the addition of a new collectible item and a new type of opponent, and the removal of traditional items give the franchise a new look. However, the devs did another redesign for Crash Mind Over Mutant, the successor game to Crash of the Titans. But what stands out in the updated version of the Titans is that they no longer carry the end belt from the previous game. Why? There is an explanation for this, but it's a theory I have. This theory is based on Crash Bandicoot lore, from both before and during the Titan era. A mutation is a process that goes through two stages. The first stage is physical mutation, and the second stage is mind control. In the original trilogy, the design that causes physical mutation is a creation of Dr. Embryo called a Volvo Ray, a giant machine that releases a ray that causes almost instantaneous mutations. The device that controls the mind is a creation of Dr. Neocortex called Cortex Vortex, a slightly smaller machine that is shaped like a dome. Inside this dome, there are numerous screens that transmit content into the animal's mind. During the Titan era, some changes were made to the lore, the main one being the addition of an element with the potential to be used as a fuel called Mojo. This new element allowed Cortex to create new devices, this time smaller but more powerful. One of these devices is a new laser gun that performs the same function as the Volvo Ray. It appears in the first cutscene. This weapon is similar to the laser pistol that Cortex uses in Insanity and other games prior to the Titan era. However, the game does not present a replacement for the Cortex Vortex, but instead shows an accessory used by all Titans. Most of them use it as a belt, others as a bracelet, and others as a badge. This accessory displays a large red letter N that appears to emit a little light. This red N is stamped on a square that is too large to be just a buckle and holds a glass cylinder filled with a blue substance that is probably Mojo. The cylinder appears to be some sort of battery for the device, and the device appears to control the Titan's mind. However, the text about the Shelephant says that the Shelephant is Mojo-filled. It is not known whether the Mojo in question is the Mojo of the device or another Mojo that comes from another medium. What is known is that the game also shows a snipe trying to eat a fox, so they still need to feed on meat. And the Mojo that powers the Shelephant, according to the game's explanation, must be like a kind of supplement. In Mutants, a helmet called NV is introduced that is capable of both causing mutation and controlling minds. This means that the end device used by many as a belt ends up becoming obsolete, and hence the reason they no longer appear on any mutant. You might be wondering, why does the helmet not appear on any mutant? That is up to devs, but what can be said is that this detail could compromise the game's performance, or that they did not have enough time to put NVs on all the mutants. Mutants was developed in about 1 year, which is very little time for a 6th to 7th generation game to be developed. To give you an idea, Crash Bandicoot 2, a PlayStation 1 game, also took 1 year to be developed, and it was a rush to develop it. Mutants is even more complex. There are many more dialogue audios, possibilities within the game, number of things that can be done, animations to be played, etc. The more complex a game is, the more time the devs need to develop it. If the work is rushed, for a complex game to be delivered in the same time as a simple game, then the final result may not be as planned, with some things missing or even with an abnormal amount of bugs. Therefore, the end belt is not present in Mutants both for lore reasons and for real-life reasons that interfered with the development of the game.